Broadcasting live from sunny South Florida and the best way to start your Saturday. This is KMA Talk Radio. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of fine cigars. And now your KMA crew. The man with the scoop, William Cooper. Alex the Goat Tavella. And always telling it like it is, Honest Abe Dababneh.
I like to smoke them like the Winston Churchill, like John Kennedy, yeah. Remember Coach Red Auerbach, smoked up for victory, yeah. Well, you can take my wife, you can take my car, but you can't take my big cigar. My cigar.
Good morning to all our loyal listeners, libertarians, and lovers of the leaf. Honest Abe here. We are broadcasting KMA Talk Radio live. And as always, I'm here with my crew, the trusted man we call the GOAT, Alex Tavella. Our dear friend bringing us industry news, always teaser and rumor-free, William the Scoop Cooper. And joining us up from the north, winter is coming, our dear friend, the surgeon, John McTavish. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
Happy
How are
Saturday.
we doing today?
We're doing great.
Everything going good? I'm just sharing a few more.
He's leading us into something. What are you leading us into?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm not leading anybody. I'm trying. I was running behind. I'm trying to share our.
I was running behind
broadcast.
too.
I don't see the link.
I didn't. You should have told me that. You were just making weird small talk. I'm like, where are we going?
You know,
I was running behind too.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but last week the broadcast, well, and the week before, the broadcast does this weird thing on Facebook because, you know, Facebook's constantly messing with everything. This week it seemed great. So it came up on the page, everything good. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I was on the show 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
What a shame with Sean. It was so technically difficult. It was really bad, but we're gonna have him back on. I heard he had Moxie does a thing in our virtual lounge, just smoking.
He did that night.
I heard it was a fabulous event. I heard it was a great time. I didn't get to make it on, but I was talking to Gary Brooks, and he said he learned a lot of amazing things. So he actually had a really good showing, and we'll get him back on.
Sean's a great host.
Sean's a really good guy, very knowledgeable guy too. Very knowledgeable.
Brings everyone's blood pressure down when he's in the room. You know,
really does.
One of those guys.
Really does. All right.
Let's start off with checking what everybody's smoking. What are you lighting up, Coop?
Well, I'm lighting up what's becoming one of my favorite cigars of the year. This is the Opus X Templo de Oro No. 3 Robusto.
That cigar is getting a lot of hunting down.
It is. I've hunted some more down, actually. It's one of the best cigars I've had this year. That's how, and I've smoked a lot of these. I've been hunting all these down lately.
There we go. The new experimental series. Everybody seems to be liking that cigar.
By the way, I don't know. I actually had an article on that cigar from like the 2021 TGS, and it blew up this month in traffic. Like people, the Google searches came back up for it.
Gotta love that.
And I was
it's because it landed. That's why.
And that's what happens. Yeah, because sometimes when like there's a very limited release, I really don't want to cover it because then no one's going to go back to it. But this is kind of an example of it, the opposite, where hey, I did have this out there. It came out there, and people were looking for it. So.
You know, if you don't know, what we've done is every great smoke since the digital experience, the first one, Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust has released a event-only cigar for us, and they've always been under the label EX, and then whatever the blend number was, 38, 27, different mug, please.
Of course, if Steve were being honest about the numbers, it'd be 3,112 because the man can't
probably
be satisfied with anything.
Probably. But, you know, after talking with Steve for a long time, we are going to be bringing them in as regular production lines for Smoke In, called the Experimental Series. And probably about every 12 months, we'll be bringing back one of the versions from over the years. So our start was the first one, the EX38, which has now hit our stores. been selling well, and keep a lookout for future releases in the experimental series. Which
That was a very unorthodox Saka cigar, by the way. That 38. It just was tobacco-wise different. It was a good cigar actually, but it was very.
Why do you say
unorthodox.
that?
I think that's the one that had the Costa Rican tobacco in it. So I found it was a little more dialed back than I would expect, less punchy than a Saka cigar.
I like stuff
You know
like
what's
that.
fun?
But it was very approachable. I thought it was a good cigar.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
You know what's
I mean,
funny?
Go ahead.
No. I realize now because I'm playing around with my whole new system here, and by the way, I got the white you smoke cigars in here during KMA at least. So that's a start.
I won't tell.
We won't tell.
No, she approved it, but I got to get a lot
nice.
of work. I got to get a little bit of work done here,
Just, put the rabbit air on. You'll be fine with it. Trust me, with KMA.
No, I need to close off this exhaust and either put a split something so that I'm not sharing the vent system with the rest of the household.
You got it.
I've talked to a couple of people, so I want to create some good negative pressure in this room too, so everything's sucking into the room, nothing going out. So I'll get it down pat where it won't be a problem.
Yeah.
But I'm playing with this whole mic setup, right? So I'm actually Alex, you told me to lower the mic, right? Lower the camera so it wasn't looking down. But now I know why. It's because my TV's back up there. So now when I'm looking at the screen, I actually look up, where instead where I had it before, I was just glancing. So now if I want to watch you guys, I'm looking up in the air instead of looking in the camera.
But you don't.
The camera view is there.
No, you don't, Abe. That's not as drastic as you think, though. Like looking up right now and talking. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see your eyes a little bit. But you're not. You know what I'm saying? You're just eyeing. It doesn't look on the camera like.
All right.
I can hear somebody on a speaker.
Somebody's got their audio going. Yeah.
Yeah. Whose audio is too high?
Is it mine?
I don't know. It was for a second.
What are you hearing? Because I'm not hearing anything, which means it's probably me.
Hear an echo of the show. Yeah.
Yeah, an echo of the show a little bit.
It's gone.
It's gone.
I mean, truthfully, we should both have headphones on, but we don't. But it's gone.
I could, man. I just hate.
I'll work out.
I hate wearing headphones.
No, I mean it works for now.
I never used to understand, and this is a long time ago when I was starting out, way long ago podcast. I never understood how musicians had in-ear monitors, and I'm like, well, how can you hear yourself? And they're like, well, that's the whole point, because if you don't have an in-ear monitor, you can't hear yourself. And until I had to listen to myself speak for hours and hours and hours, I couldn't understand why you would want that, because it seems like it's distracting. And now that I do it, I find it very challenging to speak if I'm on a call or something like that, or if I'm on a meeting and I don't have an in-ear monitor like this. I find it very hard to speak in the normal cadence and the normal volume that I do. You just got to get used to it, but I understand for a lot of people, cans over the ears is very uncomfortable.
So you're saying that when you have your head on, you sound differently than me just listening to myself talk in the room?
Very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, I thought it would be distracting, but it's the opposite. If I can't hear my volume and my pitch in my ears, it's I don't know how to describe it. It just throws my whole thing off. So especially when I have work meetings now, sometimes they'll throw on my cans and people are like, oh, Mr. Fancy Podcaster. I'm like, no, I can't hear myself speak. I don't know if I'm being too loud or if I'm being too quiet or if I'm talking too fast. Yeah.
So I got a couple stories to share with you guys this week. So
wait a minute. Wait. I want to wait before we because we're skipping. We got the DTT and stopped. I'm smoking something new. And I
forgot you, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm smoking a new El Mago James Avenue.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know if they hit online yet, but they just hit our show.
Yeah. I saw them working on the art last night.
Yeah. If not, they'll be up by Monday.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, man, four Toros, Connecticut Habano, Sumatra Maduro. So far, I've smoked 3 out of 4 and I've enjoyed them all.
Nice.
So,
dude, the packaging is so off the chain.
Really good, man. Really good. I know packaging doesn't, but it does, and it's really
it does. This
I
kid
appreciate
has
what
I'm telling you.
Good product.
Yeah, of course. Otherwise, I almost said something. He's somewhere where, what is that, John?
I'm smoking the Killer Bee from the Black Label Trading Company. This is from the Fancy Pack, the Hive collection. I know someone, they hooked me up. I appreciate it. They know who they are. Yeah, long, skinny, but this is right up my alley. Delicious Ecuadorian Maduro. So good.
Yeah, where Nick is in that packaging kind of art, theming, that vibe, that feel. I'm telling you, guys who've been doing this 20 years haven't gotten there. He's really got an edge on that.
He's done a great job.
No question.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, first time we saw him at the show, right? You could see his packaging from like 2 booths away, and you're like, what is that?
Yeah. It was, and like I said, I think he's got certainly the tobacco, the cigars are good cigars, and there's going to be one breakout cigar for him. I haven't smoked that James Avenue. I wonder if that's going to be a breakout cigar for him, because it's going to be a little more accessible from what I understand, too.
I mean, he's one of those.
So far, I said 3 out of 4, great product.
Yeah.
So far, so good, man.
I don't know what the mics with the 2 years are. That's
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know what that is. Gary will have to.
I was just looking at that.
Is that like a double bass guitar? Like I don't
know.
Nick is a.
Anyways, I want to share a couple of stories this week because I know Alex would appreciate it. Because I was thinking of you this morning, and you probably haven't done this, but I think you would dig it the most out of anybody I know. So,
what's that?
I obviously been on a weight loss journey, and I always said that when I broke 300 pounds, I was just focusing on losing weight. I was really going to start becoming more healthy. So that began for me about 3 weeks ago. So, I used to drink a lot of iced teas, a lot of sugary drinks during the day, and that's really where most of my caloric intake was coming from. I cut all that. I haven't had an iced tea in over 3 weeks now, which Alex, who knows me, is like, that's like, unheard of. But I'm on this 12-week regimen. So I got a trainer. I'm lifting hard. I'm lifting very hard 3 times a week and doing cardio 3 times a week with 1 rest day, which is today. And watching my intake, just trying to do everything right, really focusing on health. So I just finished week 2. This is my week 2. But I did 2 things, and I talked to you about one of them, the Pernuvo scan. Was I talking to you the other day?
Yeah.
So yeah, I did that full body medical scan, where they do you head to toe. Great concept, but just let me tell you something. I'm not a quitter. I hate quitting. I almost quit taking that scan 2 times in the process.
I couldn't do it. From what you told me, I won't be able to do it.
It was the most horrific thing I can remember doing. Because first off, I'm MRI already prone to having problems of getting an MRI just because of my size. And usually I got to take a Valium or whatever it is. And usually if they're scanning a hip or some area of your body, your stomach or neck, it's a 20, 30-minute ordeal. Yep. So this full body scan is a 115-minute ordeal. So, and you're not just going in a medical outfit. They are bolting you down like you're going to Mars. So you got sandbags on your legs. You got a chest plate on your chest. And then my favorite thing is they put this little helmet on your head, right? And this helmet's literally like an astronaut helmet. The bottom of the chin plate's pushing against my chin.
Yep. So
I'm like this. And then he put these headphones on. She could speak to you and then jam the helmet on. So like 30 minutes into this, my ears are throbbing, and the drugs are good because they kind of mellow you out, but then you're out of it too, because they'll tell you, hold your breath. Wait, okay, breathe. Hold your breath. And I'm like zoning in and out. What did you just say? So my ordeal took 2 hours instead of an hour and 15 minutes. And literally twice during that session, I was really ready to quit, but I made it through. I don't get those results for 2 weeks, two more weeks. But Alex, this morning I drove down to Pompano 7 a.m. and I did a DEXA scan. Yeah. And I think that would be something right up your alley if you haven't done it.
Well, I use a Hume body pod. I use it weekly. So I have one at home that kind of gives the same.
Wait, is that the pod you sit in?
No. It's a scale, but you have to hold it. It runs through. Yeah. It's not as complex.
Okay, so listen to me. The scales are good because I tell you something. I got a body fit, nice one too.
Yep.
Especially if you got a good scale, it's not going to give you accurate results, but it'll be consistent, right? So even though it's off as you grow,
but even the off, they're not as, but the range is still within livable means.
Yeah. Well, I don't know because my lean mass was off from my body fit scale to the test I did this morning by about 30 pounds. That's a lot. It was a lot, but it tells you a lot of other things. So yeah, it was a cool process. It's like $150, but so much. It's an easy scan. You lie on a table and it just, an arm goes above you. So that was interesting this morning. But I was actually, I wasn't in bad shape as I thought I'd be. Alex, you're probably still a little bit too young. When you start hitting mid 50s, you start worrying about shit a little bit more. But I really thought I'd be in worse shape. I really wasn't.
You always do that.
What?
I said you always do that. 40, 50. It's the same thing, bro. We're just, that's why I'm trying to get ahead of it now.
It's not. How old are you now? 30 what? 40?
I'm 44 years old, bro.
Listen, I'm a decade older than you. That's a lot.
Alex is right, though. You gotta, if you can start freaking out about that stuff in your late 30s, early 40s, it makes it a hell of a lot easier because it's one of those things. You get set in your ways. It's so hard to make changes to your schedule. So hard to change your habits, unless you're microdosing psilocybin or whatever it's called. It's going to be really hard to change your brain. So yeah.
One of my cardiologists told me that 40 is about the time where you really have to. Alex? What's going on?
Listen, I'm cool with I understand 2-factor authentication, but I'm on my 6th fucking factor at this point. I just want to get into the fucking Dropbox.
Do you want a 45-minute rant on 2-factor?
I was half fuck, man.
I hate that shit so much.
Dude, it's like this is my 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th fucking factor. It's supposed to be 2-factor. Let me the fuck in. It's me.
It's not my bank account. It's just my OneDrive. Calm down.
Fuck, you're right. It's Dropbox. I want a fucking photo.
Yeah. Well, we're going to email you a link, and then we're going to text you the email to the link.
Yeah. I know the best is now. No, now I want you to take out your phone and scan this fucking QR code.
Yeah. How many of these things are traffic lights? Tell me. I don't know.
Right.
No, man. It's not a traffic light. It's a pole.
Hey, Gary, I tell you what.
Are animals. What the fuck?
It's a quick process, Gary. It's like $150. I would do it now because you could really see where you've trekked when you get to where you want to go. It really is.
Yeah, because like you said, Abe, even knowing it's off though, but now you can still track with yours, knowing the
tracking is honestly, it's such a great feedback loop to know. It's just one of those things that just makes you feel better because you get so stuck in the process. If you don't I did the fat guy photo, guys. I was a fat guy. Once upon a time, I was a fat guy, and so I did all the fat guy photos because you can look back because you don't see it as you're going along. You're like, I wasn't that fat. And then you look at the picture, like, holy crap, was I fat? Oh my God. And so if you have that scan, you can go, oh shit, I've dropped 5% body fat. Yeah. That's a lot.
I got stuff ringing and beeping all around me.
Oh,
you guys hearing any of that or no?
No.
Nope. All right, good.
You got a Rode microphone. You could have someone clapping behind you or next to you and not gonna be able to hear it. Side address, baby. Or front address.
Were you able to get in, Alex?
Yeah, I got it.
So how was your Father's Day, guys? What did you guys end up doing?
We didn't do anything, actually.
Yeah, it out. Relax. It was very quiet. Yeah, I think my kids were over last Saturday. So, and one of them couldn't be here. He's in Ohio. So, but no, it was very good.
Yeah, I just went over to the father-in-law's and a nice little brunch, and nothing major. It caught me on the wrong day because I forgot it was Father's Day, and I had all these reviews booked on my schedule, and my wife's like, "Oh, we're going over to my father-in-law's." I'm like, "Okay, so I guess I'm not doing cigar reviews today."
Since I kind of checked out of Father's Day a little since I lost my own dad, it's been tough, so yeah. I've kind of asked everyone to be low key on it. And everyone's, they're great and they're supportive of it, but it's been tough the last few years without mine.
Yeah, this is I want to give
props to Evan Darnell before I forget. Evan Darnell, for the first time in the history of Smoke In, he bought out the shop. We closed on Wednesday. Closed out the whole shop at 6 p.m. to the pub. My thing is not clicking.
It's actually second time. Both times were Evan Darnell.
Wait, what was the first time we closed the shop?
We did we did West Palm. Remember we closed West Palm. He did the food truck thing.
Wait, we closed the whole store to the public?
We closed the store to the public in West Palm. Yeah, remember he did the food
The
truck
whole
thing.
store?
The whole store.
What time?
Oh, God, nighttime. It was nighttime. Yeah.
And this was for Evan Darnell, you said?
Yes.
Evan, confirm this if you're still. Hey, I can't click off that, man. My whole computer's getting wonky.
I got you. Let me. There we go. Yeah, we did. We did.
Oh, I guess he did. I do not remember closing that shop down.
I mean, actually, and I it was a cool. He made a cool pin too. The pin was a little RML like truck thing. I still have it on my the food takeover, the food truck takeover. Yeah.
But a platter of Wagyu.
That was West Palm, not Boynton.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I wasn't feeling well that day. I ended up not leaving the house. I missed it. I felt terrible. Oh, no. We had a socialite down there. I saw all the videos, but I heard nothing but epic things from everybody involved. So really, really good job, Evan.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'm sorry I missed it. I really wish I had been there.
Yeah.
Oh, Don McKnight just joined us.
Good morning, Don.
Yeah, Father's Day, my family just took me down to a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. First time we'd been there. It was called Masa or something. It was good. It was a nice meal. We had a good time with the kids.
What kind of food?
It's actually a 1-star Michelin restaurant, which I was a little surprised. I didn't even really know that Florida had any Michelin restaurants. I didn't think so at all. I know they got some Michelin recommended. What kind of food? That's a great question. I really didn't have time to look it up because I didn't know where we were going. My wife surprised me.
That's kind of good though, because then you don't do the go through the.
No, I had no
idea.
But I knew it was going to be good when I walked in, and they had the fridge right there with like this huge hanging fishes that they've flown in and some meat. But I think it's I don't know. I don't want to say Latin because they had some really interesting dishes. I gotta look it up. I'm not really sure what kind of food. I think it's an eclectic based. I don't think it's like French or Italian or anything. But it was good stuff. It was really good stuff. It was a nice dinner we had. So
as you can tell, the former fat guy still lives inside of me. So like I'm all about food. I mean, I myself back up to 300, no problem.
My eyes are still far, far bigger than my stomach.
Yeah.
But I've gotten good. Like, so where did we go the other day? We went somewhere the other day. My wife and I stopped and I get a burger. I've gotten really good just trying to eat half. If I get half down, I'm good. I brought the other half home. My son ate the burger, because I've become very good in the last 5 years in my older years of my life of stopping before I get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I used to do that a lot growing up. I see my son doing it all the time, just eating to the point where like now he's like basically incapacitated, not feeling well.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of learned to just stop before that point. Because we don't realize because we're eating food and before the satiation hits, and by the time you feel it, you still got some food going down the pipe.
Yep.
You've eaten too much.
I can't remember. There was this food guy I followed way long time ago, and he talked about, he's like, you'll take a breath, like you take an inhale or like you put your fork down, and he's like, that's the moment where you need to stop eating. That's your sort of brain telling you to stop eating. And I still struggle sometimes where I'm like, well, there's only a little bit of food left. I'll just finish it. My brain's like, no, just, it's okay. I know the kids in Africa are starving and you got food guilt that you grew up with as a kid, but they're not getting that food. That's just some BS your parents told you to make you finish your plate. It's okay. You don't have to finish it.
That's a real thing that they've sunk into our heads. Like, you could not have a finished plate. Absolutely.
Got to finish your plate every single time. You took the food. You got to finish it.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I don't know why either. Maybe it was some of you guys too. And I can't think of any psychological reason why I used to be this way. But like early in my 30s, young 30s, 20s, 30s, whatever, I would never take a doggy bag. Like I felt too embarrassed to ask for a doggy bag. Anybody else feel that way early on?
No.
I guess it's just a me thing.
Yeah, I know people, but there are people like that. It's not. I would say it's not an abnormal. Some people are just not comfortable with that.
They'd be like,
I'm particular. Like let's say we were out at City Place, right? And we're like walking around afterward. I'm not taking a doggy bag. I don't feel I'm not carrying food around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like if like we're
coming
sense. And we're leaving, take it home. But if like we're still staying out, I don't feel like carrying around doggy bags.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, literally, it's just another bag, but I don't. So kind of, yeah.
But yeah, I used to never. I'd be like, "Oh, would you take to go?" No. Yeah, now I take everything to go. I don't know at what point that psychology switched, but I didn't know it was just a me thing or it was more common. Because you ever have those things you think it's just you, and then you realize no, it's like everybody's that way. Sure. You know, you don't realize it.
Abe, tell Carlos whack out coming soon for us on the way.
Yeah, I will.
I just noticed it. I just realized.
Yeah.
But anyway, where were we
I think he already made a version. I might have had him preempt it. I might have it. Yeah, see, he doesn't want them spilling up. See, I think the other thing that prompted leftovers too is the kids, because the kids eat everything.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, they're like locusts in the house. There's never enough food, so that helps a lot too.
You know, I don't know. We're always taking leftovers home. Also, that's just the way we order too, especially if it's a place that I'm probably not going. You know, I know half of it's coming home, but I want to try this shit. You know?
Yeah.
I've ordered, like, if I go to Patsy's in Boca, I order a pie or two to take home.
Yeah, just to take home. Why not? I'll throw it in the oven real quick.
Throw it in the oven when I want pizza the next day or two. Yeah, because we're not getting out there all the time, and I love their pizza. I mean, so yeah, I've done that. Feeling. What was that, John?
It's the best feeling when it's like a day later or whatever, and you're like, I don't know what to eat, and like, oh, I got pie in the fridge. I can heat up some pie. I don't know what it is. Like the second or third day pie, that realization that you've got pie, and you're like, oh man, this is the greatest day ever. I've got pie. I can just heat up. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to call anyone.
I swear to God, there are certain pizzerias that I would order. But I would order to eat it cold because it actually tasted better cold than coming in warm.
Wow.
Now, let me ask you a question. This is interesting. 3 guys on the board here.
Would you rather?
You got leftover pizza in the fridge. You heat it up or do you eat it cold?
Cold.
I gotta do it hot. Depends.
I figured John would be a hot guy.
I can do it cold. Depends on if I feel like pulling the air fryer out of it, because I'm heating it up in the air fryer. Otherwise, I'm not wasting time heating it in the fucking oven.
Yeah, it's got to be
either cold or air fryer.
Yeah, because if you heat, so I'll never heat up pizza in the microwave. It all comes down to texture. As I've gotten older and I learn more about ADHD and myself, I realize none of it's my personality. All of it's ADHD, and it's just it's a texture thing. The pie has to be the same pie crispiness of the pie base. Otherwise, soggy pie base, like, dude, I'm out. I can't do it.
Well, it's a different experience. It's a different experience. Eating cold pizza is not the same as eating hot pizza, but I like both experiences. I think it's a good question. What's that thing we're supposed to say when we want Jessica to earmark something?
Clip it.
Was it?
Clip it.
Yeah, clip it. Because I think it's a good question for social media. Do you eat your leftover pies? The pizza. Do you eat it cold or hot? There's a lot of people. There's a little debate going on in here. Whether they eat it cold or hot.
I also think if it was a less complicated pie. So like I know, Coop, you like a good non-cheese, just straight whatever pie, and I think that would be better than a pie with a lot of toppings on it.
I agree with that too. It's a straight, that cheese kind of coagulates a bit. Yeah. And
Are you a tomato pie guy, Coop?
Love tomato pie. I mean, true tomato pie. True tomato pie, yeah.
Here's my thing. I can never bring myself to really try one.
They're not all the same.
Psychologically, the whole thing of pizza is the cheese. Right. How do you make a fucking pie? I know you grate the Reggiano on top and whatnot, but how do you make a pie without cheese?
It's the crust.
Because it's a tomato pie. It's just and
it's
also
tomato pie. You have the right crust with it, yeah.
It should be different It's a little bit of a different gravy too, or sauce in this case.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
It's a little more robust, that sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, she have a little more chunks. She have a little tomato chunk in there. You know what I mean?
All right, next time I'm up in New York
but
or
yeah, it's
Philly,
not, you don't scale that. Like you don't scale that on a pizza. It's a tomato pie. It's different. You know what I mean?
It's interesting. New York, the tomato pies are not very prevalent, is what I'll say. They tend to be more in Philly, and they tend to be more in New Haven, is what I've seen.
So Philly's more of a tomato pie place than New York. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more of a tomato pie place in New York. Yeah.
You know, I like a tomato pie. It reminds me of being a kid. Sunday morning, my mother's cooking gravy and grabbing a piece of the loaf of bread and dipping it in.
Just dunking it.
Oh, that's exactly what you want.
That's like what a tomato pie is.
That's what I'm saying. Like a tomato pie makes me think of just like Christine, like a bruschetta on a crostini or something. It's like tomato on bread. It's like, it's not pizza.
Delicious.
That's what it is. Yeah. But you gotta have a really good undercarriage with that. You can't have any flop with a tomato pie. That's
what he said.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. No. Now I'm hungry for tomato pie, guys. Yeah.
Tom's never. Well, Tom, you do live in Alaska, so you know.
I had some really good pizza when I was up in New York a couple weeks ago too. I didn't go to Manhattan, but there was some really good pizzas I have.
It's funny, Alex. I'm getting the lag you're talking about. I can't click on any comment.
I was wondering because you keep talking about. I'm like, let me see what the fuck he's talking about.
I can't click on any comment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
My mouse gets there fine. My mouse gets there fine. The show lights up, but when I click it, I wonder if I use this a little more. Hang on.
You could probably still do it. Just wired, Abe. Run an HDMI from the laptop the wire, to the TV.
Wi-Fi is convenient, but wired is
even the Wi-Fi. It's not. It's not the Wi-Fi. It's that AirPlay connection through.
Yeah, you get audio drift, so it ends up getting more and more behind.
And the Wi-Fi doesn't help.
No.
But yeah, you could probably still run it from a cable. Probably get it like a 10. They make them 10-foot HDMIs.
Yeah, because
I'm still tweaking this.
25-foot without issues.
I'm still tweaking this. I'm still tweaking this setup, but
hey, at least you got a setup. You don't have to be. I mean, it's wonderful. You don't have to get up in the morning. Asher doesn't have to set up the setup outside.
Right.
You're just ready to go, which is a great feeling.
You know what's funny? I swear to God, because I give him $5 a day setup day. He earns $5 a day for setting up and breaking down, and it was a chore outside. Because he had to move all the patio furniture where I work, bring one of the kitchen table chairs out there because I can't sit low. Then he stacks up my computer. It was a lot of work. And then when I got this office and he saw it set up, he got all pissed off. I'm like, what? He goes, dude, I'm out of a job. I said, no, dude, don't worry. There's still
there's always a new job.
Yeah, there's always a new job.
He's like, I'm out of a job.
I'm out of a job. I lost my $5.
It's funny.
I said, I'm not leaving this out all the time. You'll still have to come learn how to set it up for Saturday and whatever.
Yeah.
And I still haven't done my research, but I'm still trying to figure out how to program this. I'm going to get this going too.
That'll be, I'm sure the first 2 weeks of it are going to be obnoxious. And then when you get into it,
boom, 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 boom.
Once he gets the new toy feel out of it, it'll be,
yeah.
Alex knows me so well. Yeah. Oh man, where are we at today?
We got a good pizza debate going on actually in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
You got a good what?
Pizza debate. I mean, you'd say pizza. People have a lot of people.
Man, that question caused a lot of things.
Can you guys get tomato pie in South Florida?
Yeah, I see it on the menus.
Okay,
yeah, it's on the menus. Well, let me ask you this question, Alex. Is there any tomato pie you would recommend down here?
Yeah, that's what I was kind of going.
Honestly, NYPD makes a good one. They make
really,
yeah. And I don't even like their pizza. They make a good tomato pie. They make a good tomato pie, man.
Patsy's may have one. I had never ordered it, but I think Patsy's may have one.
What's the name makes one too? Who's the guy on Federal? Pepe's. Frank Pepe's makes one with no tomato.
Okay, so Frank Pepe's is one of the top tomato pies in New Haven. Yeah, they make a great tomato pie.
They make
I didn't know there was one in Florida. Actually,
order it originally.
Are you talking about Frank's down in Miami?
No, Frank Pepe.
Frank Pepe's.
Where's that?
There's one. It's in Delray, like Linton and Federal.
Wow,
really?
Check that out.
Yeah,
that's a New Haven institution.
Yes. Yeah.
And by the way, they're famous for their clam pie. Their clam pizza is what they're known for.
So it's a white sauce.
All right.
Yeah.
So here's a funny thing. I love clams. I love linguine and clams. I haven't been able to bring myself to order a clam pie ever.
Oh,
they're very specific. They're tough to get a good one.
I just feel like I don't want to waste my pizza moment and time and then get it and be like, oh gosh. So
it's good. Me. There's one thing, the only thing with a clam pie, and I don't care where you get it, it's flopping. It's going to flop. It's
going to flop, yes, because it's oil.
Clam, it's just too heavy. The oil, it's going to flop. But no, I like a clam, especially if you get, like, you know who had a great one? The place that was next to Prime, Nick's New Haven Pizza. There was clam bacon, and then they did the cherry peppers on it. It was delicious.
By the way, I assume you fold it because it's floppy.
Well, usually they cut them. That's so thin. They cut them in like smaller
pieces. Yeah,
out slices.
Have you tried Antonelli's?
No.
There's a place in Boynton Beach. You got to check it out. It's all Neapolitan, so you got like Neapolitan, right? Strictly off the boat Italians. Like they just got here last week. They've been there forever. They make all Neapolitan pies. And let me tell you something. I went there. Where we go? With me and Petra, maybe, and somebody. It was delicious. It was really, really good. Antonelli's. And they make a different Neapolitan pie for every different region in Italy. I think you would like it a lot, Alex, if you can handle Neapolitan style.
Antonacci. It's got to be
Antonacci. That's it. Antonacci's.
Oh, in Hypoluxo, huh?
I'm telling you, it's right by you. It's not far.
Interesting.
Check it out. I think you would really, really like it.
You've had, which is great. They make it great. You've had Adrian's up in West Palm, right? You've said you've gone to.
Okay, so here's the funny thing. I don't get the regular pizza. I only get the square.
Yo, yeah.
Like Chicago style?
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not Chicago style.
Sicilian.
It's not like square. It's not like a pan pizza, or it's not like a deep dish. It's a square pie that's so the edges are high, but almost the pizza side is almost normal. It's not a real Sicilian though, Alex.
Because Sicilians are really flat, right?
No. Well, Sicilians are really thick.
Oh, okay.
So there's like almost like a thin crust square pie.
It's, you know what it is? It's not even that it's thin crust, but it's super airy. It's super like it's thin, but it's
airy.
Super airy.
But Alex, when you the pizza's like really not thicker than that.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's not thick, but it's also even
the edges, the crust is.
Yeah,
but the
also,
pizza part inside,
even that part, it's super airy, even as thin as it is. It's real. I like their pizza.
So
no, I like it a lot, and that's
Sicilia.
That Sicilia one they make, which is like red. They make a Calabrian chili one too. That's fire, fire, super hot.
I'm gonna be so hungry by the time the show's done. I tell you
what. With Sicilian pizza, the way I like it though, cheese on the bottom, sauce on the top.
Which I haven't had before.
Which is Chicago deep dish.
I mentioned that before, yeah.
That's Chicago deep dish.
Chicago style, right?
It's kind of Chicago style, but it's more that, like Alex says, that airy crust.
Right.
Yeah. No, Adrian's is on my list. You know,
is that the same Adrian's as in New York? I wonder if that's the same Adrian's that's in New York.
Listen to me. It probably is, because I don't know if Alex knows, but that's owned by the same guy, Harry's. And
so Adrian's with the E at the end, right?
Door, the place is right next door to it, Harry's. Yeah.
I think there's one. I think
it's you can walk through from the inside.
Yeah.
You can walk through from the inside.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it looks like it's the same spot. Yeah.
So Harry's was an institutional place in New York. They opened it down here. I didn't know Adrian's in New York, so he probably just did the same thing down here. He bought Adrian's down here.
Because they're known for tomato pie. They are known for a tomato pie. Yes.
But let me tell you something. This place has been open now for a year. We've probably eaten there maybe half a dozen times, maybe 5-6 times. This dude's 75 years old, and I've seen him every night I've been there.
This Antonacci place?
No. This is Adrian's. Harry, the actual owner, the guy who created the restaurant, Harry. Every time I go there, he's having dinner, walking the floor. Dude's like 75, almost 80 years old, I think.
I just looked it up. Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
Adrian's with his wife. Yeah.
My kids, get a kick out of it because every time I see him, I walk right up to him and say, Harry, great to see you again. I shake his hand like we've known each other for 20 years, and I just walk away. It's like, do you know him? I'm like, no. I just shake his hand. Great to see you again. Sooner or later, he's going to memorize me, and I mean, it's going to happen. So,
no, good spot.
Abe, place called Antioch's in Chicago. Are you familiar with that place?
Well, if it's in the city, Antioch, it's far. It's
okay, because they're coming to Charlotte. This is a big deal. They're coming to Charlotte very soon, and they're going to bring the pizza and the whole Chicago menu here. So a lot of people are getting excited about it.
You know what we got to do, Alex? One of these days, we got to take the boys. You know, my cousin Louie opened up his place down in Parkland. You know, he had a place here for years, and then he ended up.
I remember that place.
Chicago.
You sent me there. Yeah.
Fat Lou's.
Yeah, that was a great place. That was a great place. Yeah.
He's just open. We got to take the boys and go get some Chicago style Italian beefs. Yeah. Just spread it out.
Did another sandwich shop? Is that what he did?
He opened up the same concept, Fat Lou's, the same concept.
It was a legitimate Chicago place in Florida. I remember.
Oh, hardcore, yeah.
When I first met you, Abe, you sent me there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hardcore. Yeah. I'm happy he's been open like for 2 or 3 months. I haven't had a chance to get down there, but we should take the boys. Nice. Let them experience their first real Chicago pizza puff.
Yeah,
it's really funny. We grew up with these things called pizza puffs.
Yep.
And you know, when you're growing up, you're thinking, oh, this is everybody knows what this is, but it's not. It's a very Chicago regional thing called a pizza puff, man. It's like literally all the gooey toppings of a pizza rolled into a paste.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not a hot pocket. It's not a hot pocket. Before anyone says anything, yeah, these are freaking incredible
to a gourmet level.
Yes, this is. It's. I got him. I got one on the street once in Chicago. It was really good.
Like a filled ball.
No,
it looks like a hot pocket, but it's not.
Patty. It looks like a Jamaican patty more.
That's better. Yeah.
Okay, but just stuff with all.
If you go to Fat Lou's on Instagram, he actually does a video explaining to everybody in Florida what a pizza, and he shows you, and he's pinching the pizza goo out the middle.
Is the bread like a crostini outside, or is it?
The bread's like a flaky. It's like a flaky pizza crust, kind of.
What's it called? What would you call it?
A pizza puff.
A pizza puff. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Literally.
Interesting.
I'm coming down. I'm going to be down in late July. I got to check this out too.
It's like when I moved here to Florida, and my shop was full of all ex-New Yorkers. I'm telling them and they were all Italian. Like
okay, so Italian. yes, we just called them something different, Cooper. That's the equivalent to a panzerotti in Philly.
Yes, that's true. Yes, that's true.
Panzerotti. Okay, so both
very similar.
Yeah, fry it instead it's not cooked. Yeah. Okay, so that's like a panzerotti. Same thing. Like
that's a good.
Yeah.
Panzerotti. Next time I go, I have to try a panzerotti.
Kind of same thing, but different.
But Lou's had great Chicago dogs. I remember when I went to the Chicago dogs were on point.
He makes his own homemade au jus from scratch every day for the Italian beefs.
That was good too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good food. If you're a Chicago guy and you're familiar with food, they're lined up. All the Chicago people.
He had the rolls from Chicago, right? I remember he got the rolls. They were telling me they got the rolls from Chicago.
You talking about the poppy seed buns?
Well, on the Italian beef, they had the roll. I forget what the roll's called, but
he was doing the Italian beef, if I'm correct. Now, when you went to his, because he moved a couple times, he kept growing. He had a big restaurant down in Hallandale before he left. Did you go to him when he was in Hallandale or when he was in West Palm Beach?
West Palm Beach.
When he was in West Palm Beach, the rolls he was using was from Colombino's.
Okay, yeah, that was like I said, they were a great roll. Yeah,
which is a place here on not too far from where we live. A bakery, Italian bakery. So he was getting the rolls from Colombino. But like when you try to do a Chicago style hot dog and they don't use the poppy seed bun, then I know that they're not.
It's out. You're out.
They don't know what they're doing.
You're out, is what I say. Yeah.
So listen,
and you got to have the green. You got to have that green, bright green relish. If you have that dill looking low,
the neon green relish.
Yeah.
So I decided. I said to my wife, I said, hey, let's just me and you go out for a bite to eat. Because every now and then we just go have a meal without the kids. It's a little romantic time, right? So it's really funny. I like where I live, but everywhere I live, there's no restaurant near us that we will say is like our restaurant where we like to go, where we like to do shit. there's no really great food. If we want to go anywhere with really good food, we got to travel 30 to 40 minutes at least.
Wow.
Either got to go to Delray, Boca, downtown West Palm. Nothing really, or gardens. So there's a couple nice things like Kalou's. There's a place here, Kalou's. They're an outfit. I don't know if you've ever been to them, Alex. They got like 4 or 5 of them down here, Kalou's. They're like not upscale, but they're like nice mid-level, but upper level stuff. And the food is really good. But the problem is they've been open here for now 6 years and fucking nothing ever changes on the menu once. You know, you just can't look at the same menu. Yeah, there's not a seasonal selection. Even their specials. It's so I think that's maybe that corporate thing. But there's nothing really like our thing. So I saw this place, and it's really funny because my wife has a better memory than I do sometimes. I said, "Oh, Divine Bistro. This has got a lot of great reviews. Let's check it out." So I don't tell my wife where we're going because it's literally right around the corner. We pull up, and she goes, "You know, we ate here before when we first moved here 14 years ago." I'm like, "No, we didn't. I would remember this place." No, I think she goes, "I think we picked it up. We bought it home." And then you were so disappointed. You called them and you argued. You want your money back. So it was. I said, "Really?
Oh shit!
He's got a lot of good reviews." She goes, "Well, listen, it's been here for 14 years. Maybe it's we got a bad night. We got a bad chef, whatever."
Uh-oh.
Horrendous. I don't know how this fucking place has been open for 14 years. So whoever they got in the kitchen loves to drown everything. They must go through 2 gallons of balsamic vinegar a day. Okay. Everything sauced to the max, drowning in sauce. Like if I ever want to go and have just dinner, sauce for dinner, I know where to go. But you know, here's a perfect example. We ordered this appetizer. It was fried green tomatoes and mozzarella. Okay. Now, when you're deep frying something, you don't drown it in sauce. You just ruin the whole fucking crisp of the thing. Yep. Right? You put the sauce on the bottom, you put the mozzarella or the tomato on the, and you put the fried part on top so it stays crispy, completely drenched and drowned. Then I ordered scallops with a butternut squash ravioli. There was so much brown butter sauce, I couldn't find, it was on a flat plate. I couldn't see the ravioli visually on the plate. And then here's my favorite one, seared scallops. Are you ready for this? In my whole life, I've never seen this. They floured the scallops and fried them.
You ruin it. Whole texture.
Bro, these scallops came on my plate and they were floured and like bread, like it was brown all the way around the side. Usually when you get a seared scallop, the top's blackened a little bit, the bottom's blackened a little bit. 2 minutes each side, you're good to go. I'm like, how are people eating in this restaurant that's been here for 14 fucking years? Catastrophe. It was a catastrophe last night. I had to apologize to my wife. I thought we were hitting a new place.
And this is why I do Google reviews so that I can track where I've been, what I actually
so you can track it. They got 4 stars. I don't know who's eating there for 4 stars. You're drowning everything. Everything is sauced to the max, like on steroids.
As I say, sometimes what's popular is not good, and many times what's good is not popular. That's just how it works out.
You know what was like that for me? You ever ate at Cafe Sapori up over off of Southern and Pump? Very famous place. Very.
I was gonna say I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever.
Yeah, very. Dude, they clearly cook for their audience, which is like the 80-year-old Palm Beach crowd. Everything needs fucking salt. Everything needs pepper. Everything needs cheese. And it's I was like, this is the blandest fucking shit. But clearly, this is like the 80-year-old, no salt. So they just cook it bland as can be and send it out. But I'm like, you're right. Like this was the hype for 40 years. Oh yeah, I heard of it.
I heard of it. Cafe Taporia, absolutely.
No, the blandest fucking meal. Matter of fact, I took Gene in the crew there. We were all like, fuck.
That's the worst when you take a friend in from out of town.
Yeah, never.
And you think you're taking him to a good place and it flops. That's the worst.
I should have went with my gut and just went to MIA. But like you said, that's why MIA is one of my favorite restaurants
because it's consistent.
I don't care about.
That's a really good place. But once again, MIA is a 35-minute drive for me. We have nothing around the corner, which really kind of sucks. The only really bad thing I could say about the place where we live is just there's really no standout place to eat. That you could say, this is our restaurant. We go here at least 2-3 times a month. Don't Don't forget, we are smoking I can't read that from here.
Crux. Cigar of the month.
Oh, what's today? Saturday? Maybe I'll jump by. Gary, what time does that thing usually start? I haven't been on a whereby. Jesus, it's got to be close to a year probably where I've been on a whereby. Alex, did you ever think that thing would still be going?
I know, right?
We started it.
I'm glad it is.
I didn't know it was still going. Yeah.
I didn't know it was still going.
Yeah,
every
man.
time I used to pop in, there's no one in there.
Continually.
Now, the difference between now and 5 years ago was you could hop on there at least probably any time within a 18 to 20 hour window of the day, and somebody was in there.
Guys in there.
Yeah.
A couple guys in there. Yep. Now it goes hours, or usually someone at night say, "Hey, we're getting in. Who wants to get in there?" I gotta pay attention more to the social.
Thank
you, Gary, for giving me my time. Donald McKnight wants me to be there when there's no one there. Thank you, Gary, for being considerate. I appreciate it. But yeah, I might hop on tonight if I can. We're going to a mango festival today.
A mango festival.
Well, we all love mangoes. In fact, if anybody remembers AJ Smokes, AJ Lepore, who literally lives on the other side of the tree line from where we live, he's got 3 beautiful mango trees. And every year he lets my kids go out there and pick a bunch of mangoes, and they bring them home. And honestly, they're fucking best tasting mangoes I've ever seen, grown right here. Nice. So they all love mango. So there's some kind of mango festival. Now, we took them to the corn festival one time when they were younger, and it was kind of fun, but it was outdoor at the fairgrounds, the activities. This mango festival is in the West Palm Beach Expo Center.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't know what they're going to do indoors at the Expo Center, but
a lot of mango puree, mango ice cream, mango lassi, whatever. Maybe.
In fact, I think Matt Booth is going to meet me there, so I'll take some photos of me, Matt, and some mangoes if he actually shows up.
Nice.
Matt
Booth with mangoes.
Right?
That's entertainment. What, is he around Florida now? Is he just hanging out this weekend?
I think he's going to be down here for a lot. I think they're trying to move down here permanently in this area.
Really?
His family's down here and stuff like that. And we've been trying to get together like forever, like every weekend. One of us always got something going on because he literally texted me before the show. He's like, what are you guys doing tomorrow? I'm like, dude, we got a wedding tomorrow. In fact, my daughter's actually playing violin at the wedding. I said, we're going to a mango festival today. And I sent him a screenshot of where we're going. He's like, we'll see you there. So he might show up. Matt Booth and
mangoes.
Okay, so I'm going to make Don McKnight really happy here. Don, whereby in Japan, great, would talk to, sorry, when you were in Japan, that's the beauty of whereby. But, Don, I'm going to be talking to you because we're actually going to go to Japan in December. So I'm very excited about this trip, doing a lot of reading, trying to figure out. In fact, I started Primsler. I started actually learning Japanese.
What?
Yes. Actually, you know what? I do 30 minutes a day. I'm 4 days in. It's a fucking pretty good app. It's a pretty good app. I'm very, very impressed with Plimsleur. I did a lot of research. It was one of the better recommended ones. And I'm 4 days in, or I do it 30 minutes a day. I'm on lesson 4. Yesterday, I didn't have time to finish it. But no, I'm actually having learning dialogue 4 days in. So if I keep doing this for the next 6 months, I think I'll become fluent. But I already speak 3 languages. So they have that thing is once you become kind of
polyglot.
Yeah, they come quicker because, I already feel that, you have the very weird, like the yet or the but, or the, I forget what that's called in English, comes in the beginning.
Yeah.
Then you have the noun, then you have the adverb, and the verbs at the end.
That's what broke my brain with German. Different. German was a very hard, like I speak 4 languages poorly. Well, 1 language very well, and 3 other languages very poorly. And German was the hardest because the sentence structure is completely different from everything else. So I was like, it's hard to wrap your brain around.
It's really funny. So Gary actually knows the proper spelling because when you say, Ohayo gozaimasu, there's a U at the end. So when you're reading it, you get screwed up until you realize they just don't pronounce the U.
Yeah.
But you did the right spelling, Gary. Very good. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. You're gonna enjoy the trip.
People in Japan will appreciate you're making an effort. They're very encouraging. So that's nice.
I kind of believe I'm going to be pretty decently fluent by the time we get there. I mean, at least for casual conversation, they have expressions that I just know I'm never going to use it. They teach me, like,
Yeah.
as for me, I'm American. I'm never going to say the as for me part. I'm not going to say the, watashi wa, you know what I mean? Why? I can just say I'm American, So, yeah, I mean, they have a lot of, they're teaching you like really like all the right ways. And if I hear somebody say watashi wa, I know what it means, but I'm probably never going to use that in a sentence. All right. Well, anyways, oh, dude. Alex went to break. I can't start the commercials. Fuck me.
He's got to time it. You got to time it. I'm telling you,
he couldn't wait. He couldn't wait.
We'll get him on a pairing show.
I don't know if I could start these commercials. Yeah, my whole shit is super. He's right. It's super lagging. It was perfect when we started, and now it's super lagging. Which I don't understand why streaming to the TV makes it not work on my laptop. Because technically it shouldn't have to translate to TV reacting to my thing. But maybe because it's some kind of backlag. Are you guys hearing me or am I tuned out now?
Yeah, you're coming through great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't even pull up. It won't even get off the comments.
One part technology, one part voodoo, man. That's just how it works. You just gotta, get used to it.
All right. So let me see if I could turn off the streaming if that makes a difference. Let's see here.
Speaking of Japanese, I want to go to Japan. I've wanted to go to Japan for a long time, but that's the part that I know there's a lot of people in the major cities that'll speak English, but I think I would really struggle.
Listen, we've talked about it for years. And it's on my whole family's to-do list. And we're actually supposed to be in Jordan right now. And we were supposed to leave June 9th, but because of all the things going on in the Middle East, we had to cancel.
Yeah.
So, I had my trip canceled too.
Yeah. So we just slid in instead of taking I think we were going to go for like 3.5, 4 weeks to Jordan. We just slid in a 2-week Christmas vacation to Japan instead. In the fall.
I hope you're planning to go some of the outlying prefectures and kind of seeing a little bit more than the major cities, because I heard that's a fun experience.
Like what in particular?
Well, I couldn't list the prefectures, but like, a lot of people just go to the major cities and then, you just kind of stick around the major cities and there's lots of stuff to see. But if you can go out to some of the outlying areas through the train, you get to see a lot of the surrounding countryside and areas that are radically different because it's a very tall country. So you get, I think there's like 8 or 9 biomes that it covers. So, if you go even 2 or 3 prefectures out, you're going to see a whole landscape that is radically different from what you came into. And I think that's kind of one of the beauties of the country. They've got mountainous regions, they've got coastal regions, they've got, it covers every biome of the world essentially. So there's a lot to see.
We got, I think 5 cities we're going to.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a lot. Yeah.
It's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe 4. Maybe 4.
Good. Then
I'm going to Spain in October. I'm only doing 2 cities, so
I'm having to pull some strings. So my wife and I have been a big fan of this bartender. He's all over social media. It's called Bar Centrifolio. I don't know if you've seen him, but this is a guy who cuts the ice with a sword and flames the bar up. I mean, he's like, it's his own bar. He's the only bartender, right? And it's called Bar Centrifolio. And he does like all this wild shit. You can only get 90 minutes in there if you get in there. But they do not take any reservations until 90 days before. Now, I stay at the Intercontinental in any city I can. So I have really nice status with that hotel. And I even messaged the concierge like, dude, they don't even return our calls. We get asked all the time. Your best bet is when you land, go there the first day. See if you can make a reservation before you leave town. But my wife doesn't know about it, so I'm hoping I can get it. I'm going to try to pull every string I can. Don, if you know anybody with connections to Bar Centrifolio, let me know, please. But I think it'd be the coolest surprise, not tell her. We just walk in there in a nightcap and have a little night session because we've been watching this guy for years on Instagram. He's awesome. All right. Now that I got my computer working, wait, let me get ready. Oh, we're going to take a short little break. By that time, Alex should be back. And until then, don't go anywhere and keep it lit.
Imagine not choosing Monte Cristo. Imagine not choosing greatness. The difference between us and everyone else is in our DNA. The flame of Monte Cristo never extinguishes because greatness is more than high ratings and exceptional cigars. In greatness, there is history, development, and constant innovation. Choosing a Monte Cristo is not choosing the easy way. Choosing a Monte Cristo is deliberately choosing the best option. Since 1935, we have strived for excellence. Our brand is backed by thousands of pickers, bunchers, rollers, salespeople, and aficionados like you. Choosing Monte Cristo is more than simply choosing the best. It is joining a family that believes in greatness. It is knowing that Monte Cristo evolves with the times, but still maintains our values and storied traditions. Choosing a Monte Cristo is choosing not to settle for less than the best. Lighting a Monte Cristo is taking a trip down memory lane, yet enjoying the moment and getting excited about the future. Imagine not choosing Monte Cristo. Imagine not choosing greatness. Now our story continues. Without forgetting where we came from, we are creating the future, one blend at a time. Here's to the past, present, and future. Monte Cristo. Then, now, forever.
Surgeon.
Hour 2 of KMA Talk Radio. I got that little groan sitting in. Bro, are you all right, Lily? You like one of those?
I had to take a call.
Okay.
That wasn't.
Oh, did you at least get your bathroom time in?
I did. Once I saw it was the break, I said, "Let me." Just
No worries. Welcome back to Hour 2 of KMA Talk Radio. First segment was a lot about food. So you were right, Alex. You were right.
What?
Everything started lagging up. You went and left. I couldn't start the commercials.
Oh. Yes, it's just a lag. I'm telling you, try it wire. Get a good HDMI.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm going to try to refigure this. They make those cameras. I don't know, because I'm a little OCD. Like right now, I can't see because I'm looking at you. But I'm imagine if you're watching me at home, I'm looking down.
A little bit, yes.
Because this would be spot on, right? I'm looking down.
Spot on, yep.
But they make cameras now. I saw that go over your laptop, and the camera sits right in the middle of your monitor.
I know, but then it's just in the way of other shit. And that's same thing. I'd like to have mine a little lower too, but I can just angle it down. But because it's on top of the screen. It's just a pain in the ass.
It's just the thing of me always wanting to look at the audience instead of looking at the monitor. John, you're pretty good. You look like you're almost looking dead on all the time.
You know, until I messed with it, I was actually looking a couple days ago about, because I've got all this camera gear, tons of camera gear, and I'm like, man, why have I not set up my camera for broadcasting? And it's like, oh yeah, right, because every time I go dig into it, it's like it's a whole different level of nonsense. But if I can get it set up, I mean, I mean, dude, I've got thousands and thousands of dollars in camera gear and lenses, and it would really pop. But it's just a whole different level of technology and nonsense that now I have to manage. And I don't know. I'll probably end up doing it because I can't be satisfied. Like you, I just gotta keep tweaking.
Making it better. I'm getting bad that way. Coop, you're spot on. What's your configuration? Are you using the laptop camera?
I use a laptop. No, I have a webcam. I use two laptops. So the one where I kind of broadcast off is actually off on the side, and then I have the the second one's one where I look in front of it, and I could do other stuff too if I need to.
But your camera's sitting on top of your monitor.
No,
on top
it's
of
on a tripod. It's on a tripod.
Behind the monitor, behind the computer.
Behind the computer, yeah.
Yeah,
you guys send me a picture of your setup because you look straight on a lot when you're talking. Because if I got to look at the screen, if I got to look at you or Alex, like right now I'm looking at you, now I'm looking at Alex, now I'm looking at John, and now I'm looking at the camera. So you're pretty. I want to see. Send me a picture. I want to see your setup.
I'll do that. Yep. And actually, I have a really like the laptop I stream off. It's a really good one, and I actually just don't want to put. The cigar smoke will sometimes get on your laptop, and this kind of prevents it from getting on there. That's why it's on the side.
Now, quick update from the commercial. I wanted to bring it up before you guys, before I forget. There's officially only, after today, 3 more days for the first month of summer Osaka to be over. So, Tapa Negra landed. I think it went up online yesterday. So, everybody's been ordering the new Tapa Negra. And if you're going to order a box of Tapa Negra, you might as well do it under the summer of Osaka. I think it's like $180 roughly for a box. And basically, you get 1 5-pack and you're into level 1, which gets you into all these entries and some free swag. So hopefully we don't run out. But yeah, 3 more days. And then we'll give away our monthly drawing, which is like 10 prizes, but the grand prize being that watch. And June's, if anybody saw the video I made, June's winner is going to be lucky because you're actually going to get 2 nice straps instead of 1, because that watch was supposed to come with that white strap that was in the photo. They actually shipped it with the like crocodile blue strap, which is currently on the watch. I didn't even try to apply the white strap. So you're going to get 2 straps if you're the lucky winner the month of June of the Accutron Space View Evolution watch. So should be a good drawing.
What do they have to do to be in that?
Basically, John, you just got to order your Dunbarton goods from the promotional page. The tier 1 is like a $200 order, which is basically almost any single box from Dunbarton. But that gets you 4 entries for the June drawing. But that entry carries over to the grand finale, where we're giving away like over 140 prizes worth like almost $40,000 worth of stuff, of which is another limited 23 karat gold enhanced watch. We're giving away 4 Accutron watches. We're giving away literally, $18,000 worth of watches in Summer Osaka. Wow. Yeah. So 1 box, if you order 1 box, it gets you 4 entries. And that entry is good for that monthly drawing that you placed your order, and then it rolls over. But what's nice is about the grand finale is if you order 1 box in June, something comes out in July, you order another box, you're in the July drawing, and both those accumulate for the grand finale. So now you have 8, chances in the grand finale. So, Alex and I actually did a tutorial video this year to kind of help people out and strategizing how they want to attack for the summer Osaka. But yeah, we'll be giving away our first watch July 1st. So it'd be interesting.
That'd be cool.
Does anybody do anything for July 4th anymore?
We have a big July 4th.
It's a non-existent holiday other than maybe we'll cook. Like a barbecue.
Right. We'll do something on the grill.
I'm not going to crowd. I'm not going to watch fireworks.
You know what I'm doing on the 4th of July?
What?
So I'm going to be with a few members of the Coop team, and one of them is Bear. and Bear is getting married on the 4th of July.
No, is he really?
Yep.
He better have a fireworks show.
I
tell you what, if I got 4th of July, man, I'll be blowing shit up right after I say I
he's
do.
getting married in North Carolina, actually, on a farm, which is where his in-laws live. I've actually been up there because he came out last year. It's really nice, and I think they can do fireworks. It's very open, so yeah. Bear wanted to get married on 4th of July, and he wanted to do it on 250th anniversary of the country. So we're
is this his second marriage?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I just don't know if I could ever do it again.
Beautiful family.
I'm on my
so
second.
you got, yeah.
Are you too?
Oh yeah. Yeah. You gotta get your starter marriage out of the way. You know what I'm saying?
that's a way to look at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
look. Everybody says something different, but the way I look at it, look, I got the kids. I'm not having any more kids. Right?
Yeah.
That's done behind me. If it ever went south and we got divorced from it, I don't see any scenario what I'd go through this again for what?
Oh yeah. No, look, I remember when my wife met me when we started dating, and she was like, you're older, and I don't want you to get any thoughts about settling down and getting serious. And I just laughed. And she's like, why are you laughing? I'm like, because I have no interest whatsoever in getting married again. I did it once. Sorry, I'm one and done. I'm like, I'm happy to date.
Love makes you stupid, huh?
Yeah, and we dated for like 8 or 10 years before.
So what happens? What happens after 8 or 10 years that thought enters the process?
I think you just get to a point where you're like, at this point, we should probably get married because we've been together for 8 or 10 years. It just makes sense at that point. Obviously, I'm not 8 or 10 years together. If she can put up with me for 8 or 10 years, she obviously has terrible judgment in men, and might as well get married at that point. So.
I don't know if this is the way with you, Coop. I don't know how you are, Alex, at your house. My biggest battle every day in the summer is getting these kids like out of bed and functional before freaking like 11 a.m.
I'm sure.
My daughter's bringing me coffee. It's looking like The Walking Dead. I said,
that's how it was for me for a long time. Huh. Now we're getting close to empty nest here, so we only have one left. So.
So I just.
But that's how it was. That's how it was when. Yep.
We're supposed to go to this mango festival in 45 minutes. She's still looking like The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Good luck getting ready in 45 minutes. That's why you
get Alex. Yeah. How's our jam segment going?
We got one. Admittedly,
you got one?
Like we got a good one. I feel like I did good work this week.
All right. Alex is proud of himself.
Nice. I can't wait to crash and burn. This will be hilarious.
All right. Well, everyone, Macanudo Cigars would like to test your musical acumen and all our fans out there, as well as the KMA crew. It's time to see if you can name that jam.
All righty. Let me pop that up there. This is my interpretation of a character. Let's see if you can name that jam.
Oh, wait. So this is not music.
It is music, yes.
Oh, I thought you said a character. I thought like a movie character.
I did. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said.
Okay.
You ready? Let's go.
Then Jane goes to the store at 8. She walks up on St. Andrews. She waits and gets her dinner there. She pulls her dinner from her pocket. I ain't never been in love. I don't know what it is. She only knows if someone wants her.
I don't care what any of you say. Cooper got there. He got there and he wasn't there right away, but he got there.
I got there.
Is it Jane's Addiction?
Yes.
It is Jane's Addiction, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What's the name of the song?
Jane says something said.
That is the name of the song. That was
it took me. It was St. Andrews that kind of gave it with me.
I worked with.
It was the opening line that made me think of it right away, but I got more confused as I listened on. Wow, that's out of the.
That was a good one. You did good, Abe. Yeah, good job.
That one I got. That one I got. Did anybody of the fans get it?
Yeah.
I think a few did it.
A couple of them got
Yeah. Jane says, yeah. Great song, too.
Great song.
Great song. First one, I think that might be the first one I ever got.
No, you got.
So it's not a bad segment, Abe. It's a good segment.
It's good.
It's just hard. Are you being sarcastic?
No, it's look. If it's
Great
not
song.
hard, it's not fun. You got to work at it. It can't. You don't want to slam dunk.
It's almost near impossible. It really is.
Yeah.
Think of it as a brain teaser. You got
I
to
really
exercise the
like
brain.
my favorite ones. I think when even Alex read them and we competed, we kept score. Those were the exciting ones. Right? You would just read the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were fun. Alex is just getting AI heavy. He just loves the AI.
Not really. It's just, how many can I read?
Ooh.
I'm a big James Addiction fan. Dave Navarro's awesome.
Really? I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have thought so either. Yeah.
Yeah,
I really
have a
wouldn't have
lot
thought
of respect for Dave Navarro as a musician. Yeah, I'm not saying I love every song in it, but I have a lot of respect for him. Yeah.
Actually, I'll be talking about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. Alex is going to be doing the recording. We're recording our jukebox show today.
Gary.
Oh.
So Alex is going to be making his debut on Jukebox. That will air on Monday.
Can you tease us with the title or what the topic is going to be?
Songs that grew on you. So like a song that you may have heard at first and it didn't kind of have you doing handstands, or maybe you didn't like it, but it grew on you and grew on you and grew on you. And we all have those songs.
That's funny. Well, let me close out this segment. So this week I actually named that jam. This segment fine folks over at Cigars.
Good job. You did a good job, Abe. Yeah, that was a good one.
Kind of got lucky, really. I feel like I got lucky.
I actually stalled on that one for a bit. Okay.
He did. Cooper got it late. But that was fun because I actually worked with ChatGPT to create that Jane figure. I had a little fun with it.
So, it's funny because I think I have an easier time naming songs that the moment I heard them, it was in my brain. Like the first time. And I was on it. Then I can songs that grew on me. I'm having a harder time coming up with that.
It was not an easy topic, actually, we put for the show that we're doing. It was harder than I thought.
I mean, like, I remember one time when oh my gosh,
Cooper,
I can't remember the song.
I actually had to sit and just like kind of look through my playlist to think, because
that's what I had to do.
Of your head, you can't think about where.
I went through like hundreds of songs. It was not.
Yeah, you literally just got to sit there and look. Oh, yeah, you know what? That was one that.
Those are my favorite cigar jukeboxes. The ones you have to actually work at end up being really great conversations.
Yeah.
Back when they were still making videos, I'll never forget. I can't remember the name of the band. I'm blacking out, but Walking on the Sun.
Not Soundgarden.
No. Walking on the Sun.
I was thinking of Walking on the Moon for a second.
No, Walking on the Sun.
Yeah.
Somebody tell me in the comments. It's a well-known band. They got a lot of hits.
Smash Mouth, Walking on the Sun.
Smash Mouth. So I woke up to that song like on the TV. Like I fell asleep on the couch. I woke up and I'm hearing and instantly it was in my head all day. Became one of my favorite go-to songs. Loved it. And the other one, I was driving from Chicago to Raleigh, Durham, and I stopped in Huntington, West Virginia. It used to be like my pit stop. Nice college town.
Yep.
And I was like 25, 24 at this time. And I'm spending the night. I didn't feel like driving all the way through. I said, let me go to a college town. Unknown band. I never heard of them. And I hear this song, Sex and Candy. No clue who the band is.
Yeah.
No clue who the band is. Within a year later, Marcy's Playground comes out with the album. Or I find it. I'm like, holy fuck, I saw these guys live in a fucking college dive bar. Loved it from the second I heard it. So yeah, I think it's easier for me to think of those songs than ones that grew on me. Are you finding it easy or hard, Alex?
What's that? Ones that
grew on you.
Yeah, no, one's right. Yeah, ones that grow on you is a little harder because you got to think that because now you like them, so you got to remember back.
I literally had to go.
But you just I don't know why I'm hot with Tail of the Table. You just for some reason you just made me pop another idea in my head.
You better write them down.
Worst songs from our favorite bands.
I like that one.
Oh, I love it.
I just popped into my head as you were saying that.
It's a little tricky because you don't want to go too deep cut with that sometimes.
Right.
So you got to go. That's the only thing I would say. Don't go deep cut with that because then you don't want to pick a song that no one knows.
Yeah, you could go worst songs from the sort of best albums that those bands put out because I could one of the few things because I'm not a music guy weirdly, but my favorite bands and my favorite albums. There's definitely tracks in there where I'm like, that track is terrible. I hate it.
That's an interesting. I like we won't talk about, but I like I can't remember what it is, but I like the idea you put in the chat.
Yeah,
I did too. I thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah.
I forget
it was
what
a
I
spin off this one. It was a spin off what we're doing now.
And it was something I needed. I was like, fuck, man, this shit just doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Coop, how we doing on news this week?
Boring.
Any nitty gritty? Boring?
No, boring. I have stories, but they're boring. Yeah, so we could try.
I do want to. Go ahead. Start. I do want to comment on one of your stories.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you want me to go right into it then?
Yeah. What do we else?
All right. It's that time. Bring you industry news. Always teaser and rumor free. It's the time to find out what's the scoop with Coop.
Hey, yo, what's my theme music?
The Scoop with Coop. Breaking industry news. Hear it first on KMA Talk Radio and cigar-coop.com.
All right, I love you. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, guys.
She just came back from the Keys from a couple days, so she insisted on
nice. Yeah.
Bye. Love you.
All right, get them ready, please.
Yeah.
All right, look at my text. She's the best, dude. I'm gonna cry when she goes to college. I swear to God.
When my daughter was the same thing. We had 3 boys. We have 3 boys, and she would take care of the 3 boys.
It's gonna be brutal.
Yep.
It really is. She ended up going to FIU, which is down in Miami, which is like literally kind of almost going to another country. I mean, the ride to Miami is a life-threatening experience on a daily basis. But I really wanted to go to Florida Atlantic, which is like 15 minutes from my Boynton store. Like I would have taken her out to lunch after school a couple times a week and whatever, man. But it is what it is. You can't mess with those kind of things in life, I learned, because you just don't know. Look, for me, logically, FAU made a lot of sense. Great school right here in Boca. I would let her have her car so she can come and go. She does not need a car in Miami because there's nowhere she can keep it. Can't park it, can't drive it nowhere. But she chose to go there. But you can't mess with people like that because something may happen at FIU that could be a life-altering course, right? So you just, you got to let them do their thing. She might meet somebody there, a teacher or another student that will dictate her future path or have an impact on her. So, yeah, you give them your advice and you let them, in the words of Khalil Gibran, we're just the bow, man. They're the arrow. You point them in the right direction, but they got to fly their own way.
My daughter met her husband.
She
went to South Carolina, my daughter.
Right? You never know.
Yeah. And he's a great guy, so I'm really glad they did meet. Yeah.
I try not to fuck with people's fate, man.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, Coop, what you got going on?
All right, Plasencia Cigars is named a global ambassador, and I thought this was an interesting move. The person who got the job is a guy by the name of Rodrigo Medina, who a lot of people apparently know in the industry. I wasn't familiar with him, but a lot of people do know him. And I think the interesting part of this now is that Plasencia is now putting a face out there to do events and things like that, which it's not a member of the family, but they're actually going to put, it's similar to a Davidoff model I'm seeing them do. I see a lot of parallels with them and Davidoff that they're doing. So now they're going to have a global ambassador. Rodrigo's going to has that job now. He came from within the company.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Davidoff's had a few ambassadors.
Yeah.
Do you feel any of them were effective? And if so, who?
I think there's 2 that I've felt have done a really good job. I think Alex Weghorn is great.
Yep.
He's very good at what he does.
I don't even recognize the name. Do you, Alex?
Yeah, he's really good. He represents the brand extremely well, but he's not a well-known name. And I think Law was you can't argue the job that Law did with Zeno.
Definitely made a splash.
Law, without a doubt, is a road warrior, but they've had a few Zeno ambassadors, a few Avo ambassadors. I just don't know.
But look at Sean at Cohiba, though. It worked really well with Cohiba. Yep. Sean's a great representation.
Sean is Cohiba now.
Sean is Cohiba.
You'd be hard pressed to separate Sean from the brand Cohiba. Yeah. He has made it. Yeah, his coat. That's him.
Yeah, I mean, I know Jose Blanco. He's done a lot of those brand ambassador roles, and he's doing it now with Fuente, and especially in Europe, people flock to his events and things like that. But he's got a long reputation in the industry.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, expect to see Rodrigo, I guess, at a lot of events right now. So we'll see with that. Yeah.
I mean, would you say that's the role of Pedro?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Pedro filled a role when JD was off the roll for a while.
Pedro's a star.
Pedro is a star. He has his own personality.
Pedro's a star.
Yeah.
Most of these guys just.
Alex Weghorn is really good because he really represents that Davidoff sophistication and ultra premium. He's just good at that. Yeah, he's very good, Alex, at what he does.
We'll see.
Yeah.
What else you got, Coop?
All right, this is the week of the sampler. It's a bunch of samplers have come out this week. Let's start off with La Gloria Cubana. They have a 4-pack sampler that's going to go for $29.99. You get a La Gloria Classic in the Wabel, which is a Robusto size. You get a Serie R in a Robusto. You get a Serie R Esteli in a 6x60. And you get a Serie S, which is the San Andreas blend in a 5.5x56 in a fresh pack for $29.99.
I'm as unenthusiastic as this press release was.
You know what's interesting though? Sample. I get a lot of cigars on Coop.
I don't know. I don't want La Glorias in a fresh pack. I don't know. Fresh packs just don't. I don't love fresh packs. I see fresh packs and I just think of gas station. Personally, it's just me.
I get where you're going with that. I totally get that.
That's my only. Yeah. I don't mind it even if they were in a box, a little. I don't know, just the whole look.
Little form. Oliva does really well at that. Actually, Oliva's got that sampler pack in a box, and I think that comes across really nice.
I think Perdomo does great with theirs because there's a lot of options.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, in a retail space, if you want to introduce people to the brand, it's hard to beat that, honestly. I mean, that's going to be the Gloria brand right there.
Yeah.
Three of those cigars I'd say are the more popular ones. I think the Serie S isn't quite as popular as the other three.
Yeah, but you always want to do that, right? You want to throw that hook in there, right? To sort of move them beyond or get them interested in a line that maybe isn't selling well, or maybe it just hasn't gotten the same, Yeah. Makes sense.
Yep.
What else we got?
Well, CAO has a fresh pack under their FASA line. So this is a 6-count sampler. You get the FASA Sombra, which is their shade grown, the FASA Sol, which is their sun grown, and the FASA Noche, which is their broadleaf. And you get a Toro and a Gordo. So there's 6 of the cigars total. And the idea is, I guess, Sombra was the morning cigar, Sol was the afternoon cigar, and Noche is the evening cigar.
Right.
So this is, if FASA is more of I call a gateway line to CAO. My problem with FASA is I never felt it represented CAO. It's kind of a base. Yeah. I mean, CAO I look at as more innovative and things like that. And this, like I said, these cigars, from what I understand, do well with a lot of people. I do know people who smoke these. So this is, like I said, it's a 6-pack sampler. It goes for $43.99. You get 6 cigars.
That's not bad
value.
Yeah. Like I said, this was not the most exciting week for news. This is, and finally, Davidoff has a sampler. This is a box sampler. It's called the Voyages Selection, and it's got the black label cigars in a Gran Robusto, 55 by 5.5, which is a size that they don't sell. So you get Davidoff Nicaragua. Yeah, you get Davidoff Nicaragua, Davidoff Escurio, Davidoff Yamasa, and the new Davidoff Puro Dominicano. and you get 2 cigars of each, so it's an 8-count sampler. And but here's the catch: Voyager Selection is only going to be sold at global travel retailers, so they're most likely you're only going to see this at duty free. And I think they're missing the boat with this one, David. I think they
totally. Yeah, I think so. But listen, now this is a good sampler, right? This is.
I think this is a good sampler.
This is not just this is an intro for people that haven't had our cigars. This is you like these cigars. Here's a size you haven't had as well, exclusive to this sampler.
With the unique size, there's a reason to pick that up, even if you're already smoking or already in the brand. I think that's smart.
Yeah, so if I go to Spain, I got one to Spain in October, and I'm hoping to see this in one of the duty-free stores to pick up. Exactly.
See, there you go. Boom.
Yeah. So Daviv did not give us pricing on this one. So
that's the other thing. What's
this one I'm actually a little. This one I understand a little because if it's going into some of these like other countries, the prices are probably going to dip. Right. But I would like to have a baseline at least with that.
Yeah.
So these launch. These are not out yet. They'll launch in July. July 16th is what they're saying. But Davidov's got a lot going on. They just shipped the Avo, the new Avo, and they shipped the Express Vote, and the Zeno Red is just shipped as well.
Yep.
This
it's
week.
A lot of product actually for them. They're not. Yeah.
I was surprised they launched both Zeno and Avo at the same time. Usually they don't do that. So, but I think that's kind of showing the different markets they're trying to target with that. Too.
Makes sense.
Yep. I think the other cigar I saw that shipped, and you mentioned, is Tapa Negra shipped. We mentioned that as well.
Right.
Yes.
So it's a very slow time right now. I don't really expect things to pick up with new releases until around Labor Day. And I think there'll be a bunch of stuff that they'll come out with for the fall.
That reminds me, I got to smoke that Tapa Negra. I haven't smoked that from the show.
I have smoked. I have smoked it.
You have smoked it?
I have smoked. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good cigar. He did well with that cigar.
Well, are you that surprised though?
I was a little because because that type of cigar, the Cabinetta series by Hoyer is really the standard with that. But it was a good cigar. It's not the same cigar at all, by the way, than the series.
Yeah, I mean, I would be surprised if it was like that at all, given that it's Steve. So.
Yeah,
that's the reason why I'm interested to try it, because I want to see how he's innovated that.
It's interesting because, like I said, the EX got more traffic than the Tapa Negra this week.
Mm-hmm.
Even the EX is still getting traffic, even though the Tapa Negra was announced this week as it's shipping.
Well, because I think the Tapa Negra is it, and Steve said it. It's not necessarily sexy, right? Like it's going to sell well. It's just not going to get the fanfare that the EX is.
Because the X is something like the soccer fan base is going to see. Like, that's what's great about summer soccer is there's a lot of rarities that you guys are carrying at Smoke In with this series. We talked about the Fiddleheads last week too.
Listen, a little teaser here. I'm going to be a teaser, but Steve and I were on the phone the other day, and he's got he has his own library. Reserves some of everything he's ever made.
Right.
And he's got to lighten them. So he's going through everything that he wants to get rid of. He's going to autograph them and ship them to us. So you will see in the month of July and August some old limited stuff signed by Steve that's coming out of his vault. Yeah.
Fanboy's going to go crazy.
Listen, we want to make it fun. We want to make it exciting. And you know what? John, you were talking about the upside of home. I get out of bed. I come here. It's all set up. You know what the downside is? You actually have to deal with family shit when you're home.
Yeah,
that's the downside.
Yeah,
my family's not trained enough yet to realize that when I'm in this room, you just have to wait till noon.
You'd have to get that light on the door.
Well, there was a situation here. My wife went to go to the car wash, so I'm the only adult in the house right now. And Petra ran an errand, so
Petra's gonna be elevated to you're the adult when I'm broadcasting.
You're not gonna have her any longer.
She normally is. I know she normally is automatically, but she ran an errand too. So it's the 3 young ones, and the bottom 2 are notorious. Like, you know what? They are peas in the pod. They grew up, spent the most time together in the house together. They are literally best friends, but they are gas and fire. They combust every 10 minutes about something. constantly bickering, constantly fighting. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling.
You know, we have 2 Irish twins. My youngest 2 are Irish twins, which means they're less than 12 months apart. And they are oil and water as well. Always been, yeah. Completely different personalities, yeah.
And you know what I try to do with them is, because they come running to me, Dad, with a problem. The first thing I do is I make them both go stand in the corner with their face against the wall.
Oh, I've done that. That's a
good one. Because I'm trying to teach them. You two got to figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't come running to me. You two need to figure out how to resolve whatever issue it is. Because when you come running to me, you're both getting punished. I don't care whose fault it is.
Yeah. Yep.
Because 99% of the time it's some petty bullshit. Figure it out.
Yep.
Learn how to deal with it.
It's always petty. It's not something really bad.
It's always some stupid asinine shit that they're fighting over.
Yeah.
I saw some of the comments. Alex, was the one thing you wanted to talk about fresh packs? Is that the one you wanted to comment about?
Yeah, Dead La Gloria. I'm just like.
So, here's my philosophy. And I'm very, how do I say this? I run my philosophy as a retailer, really always giving the customers what they want. And, it's really how I try to run my business. And I have a very hard time. And I think there might be only one, or sometimes we'll get a special and put on there, but I have a hard time bringing fresh packs into my store. Because one is, I don't feel like I'm depriving the customer of anything, because you could buy 5 cigars, put them in a Ziploc bag, and my guys have little Boveda thingies you could throw in the bag, so we can make you a fresh pack if that's what you wanted. But it just makes me feel like my shop's become a 7-Eleven.
Right.
I don't like the look. I don't like the feel of it. It just becomes.
I know exactly what you mean. I know.
Yeah,
exactly
it's a psychological thing. It's like a gas station. I feel like I become a gas station, and now it is. And I don't feel like by not carrying them, I'm depriving you of anything, because you can go get the exact same sticks out of my humidor. We'll throw them in a nice smoke-in bag and make a fresh pack for you out of it. It's not like we're depriving you of anything, but I'm on a psychological level. Those things just bother me.
The retailer in me says every time I see it at the till, and I've told my former shop owners this, I want to take my arm and put it on your counter and literally just sweep your entire counter, like everything on the floor. I'm like, and I've seen that whenever I visit Florida, because I can't get the retail out of my brain, so like I'm always looking around and I see like 15 things at the till, and I'm like, dude, I want to sweep your counter so badly right now. And just tell you to knock it off, because it just becomes this sort of
clutter
chaos for your eyes, right? It's just disorganized chaos, and it's too much. It becomes too much.
When I come out of my office, and every time I come out of my office, it's simply either I'm going to the bar to get me a bottle of water, or I'm going to the bathroom, or someone needs to see me on the floor. That's always my number one complaint. Why the fuck are these counters so fucking cluttered? They have too many fucking. I mean, I don't mind. In my opinion, there should always be an impulse item by the register, right?
Of course.
Something that you think the customers will enjoy, whatever. You put it up there. I don't mind that, but they got too many things out. Then the dude's got his lunch on the counter. Then the dude's got his backpack on the counter. Then he's got his drink cup on the counter. Drives me crazy every time I go out.
Yep.
I think there's some value to some of them, right?
Yeah,
like,
you gotta have some stuff.
The grab and go is something that people want, and they don't want to be spending a lot of time in a cigar store sometimes, right? So I've seen, I know the Perdomo ones do extremely well. I like how they theme there.
So that's one of the ones I bought in. It's not at all my locations because it takes up floor room. So it's in my locations that actually have a lot of floor room. So it's in my, it was my Pompano store. And Quest, I think, may have one. And I think Port St. Lucie has one. And they do very, very well. But
very well, yeah.
In regards to Nick, it's not this little cardboard thing. It's this nice stand-up thing, and it's got all his things displayed. And for a quick grab and go, I get it. Yeah. But God, man, they just it makes the hair.
I don't love it in a lounge. I don't love it in like a higher.
Yeah, like I can't put that thing in Boynton or West Palm. There's no way.
Yeah, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't.
I think, like I said, I see it in Charlotte. A lot of people grab fresh packs to go to the golf course, and they just want to go in and grab something quickly, and that's what they do.
You have to limit that, right? You can't have 15 fresh packs. You have to have like 1 or 2, and then you got to rotate it out or move it.
And that's the problem, John. They all make them now. So what are you gonna do? Have just a store full of fresh packs? You're gonna get those. You're gonna get those little. What do they call them? Those little pegboards with a little metal hook.
No.
You know, like in the grocery stores, and start lining them up. Yeah,
I will start pulling shelving down.
Can't do it.
Now, Saka's done a couple of samplers, but they're in boxes. How do they do? I mean, how do you guys feel? Yeah.
Yeah, you put them in the humidor, or you make you make a little central display in the humidor that you rotate out for stuff like that, and then it stays fresh.
So a sampler, like anything else, right? And with Steve, it might be a little bit different, right? But once they buy a sampler, that's it. Mm-hmm. So you have your big, especially Steve, because he put some specials. You have your big. All right, everybody's going to buy one. Everybody's going to try one, and then unless you're buying a gift for somebody or whatever, there's really not residual sales on samplers. Never really. It's
not a rebuy item.
Yeah, nobody's rebuying samplers.
Here's the thing, and where it could be, but of course Davidoff did it stupidly. Like the Davidoff sampler Coop was talking about, these are all lines that we know, but the size is specific to the sampler, Abe.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're only selling them in duty frees, so they're
right. But it gives you something at least to go into the duty free and get. Right.
So that may be something. Wow, I really like that in that size. Yeah. I'm going to buy a couple of those samplers to keep some of those. But unfortunately, good idea, and we're going to put it in one of the hardest places to buy cigars for the average person.
Yeah, I mean, look, here's a socialite, right, Joe? He's got 5 D-cup samplers. I'll venture to say he may never buy another one again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I
think that's because it had the word of Saka in it, right? So a cigar that you're never getting any other way.
Which again is very smart.
5 samplers to get 5 cigars.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the Corona sample that's coming out has also some new blends. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Smart.
Yep. The GFY sampler was and the GFY sample I thought was a really good one as well.
Oh, let me just tell you something. There's very few shocking moments in my life. And that was definitely one in my career, not my life. That was definitely one of them. If someone would have told me we would have moved almost 800.
I would have said the same thing.
800 Lancero samplers. I would have, and those are all pre-ordered.
Yep.
Yes.
800 Lancero samplers. Absurd.
The best size it doesn't sell, and then it does.
It's absurd. Well, I did a smart thing, because, Steve was taking orders at the trade show, and, it's one of those things, everybody knows the story. Everybody loves Lanceros, but nobody buys Lanceros. Mm-hmm. So I said, look, man, I'm going to put this up for pre-order now, 2 weeks before the trade show. Let me get a barometer of how many people really wanted the sampler. We sold almost 800.
That's insane.
When I gave him my order, Steve told me, I'm not going to sell you more than 500. I said, why not? He's so weird sometimes. Why not? Yeah. I sold 800. You don't want to sell me 800? Really? Is there a reason why? Oh, it's so funny. It really is. And then that whole doll. I mean, the burning of the dolls was an epic broadcast. The burning of the dolls.
He had the whole family throwing them in the fire.
It was an epic broadcast. It really was. I still got 4 of them in my office floating around. The dolls. But I think we came up with a good plan B. The pins are still being used. The people like the little Saka pins, and
there were people wanting them. That was what was funny. Is that people don't burn them.
Man, I just almost want to joke and just have somebody who's got like an obscure account just put it up on eBay for like $1,000.
Yeah.
And see what happens. Because, what was it? Our Prince Squatch was going for $200 or $250. Like we just started sending them out 4 weeks ago on eBay or something for 200 some bucks. It's crazy.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either, bro. Somebody bought one of our RML mugs for like $80. $80. You could have bought a box of cigars for $150 and got the mug for free. Nuts. Those dolls are classic. I'm telling you, I have to find a way to just do something with one of them one day.
If you ever do a charity auction,
he might go for that. Steve may go for that.
I think that would be cool. Yeah.
Steve may go for that. I have to catch him. I have to catch him on a right day when all the moons align. There's certain people you try to avoid bad days. I think Steve probably has less than 15 good days a year. So you really gotta figure out what those days are, man. It's very hard to hit him on a good day and out of 365. Believe me when I tell you.
What?
So we are over with the news. Is that it?
We're over with the news. It was a light week.
For more industry news and staying up to date with everything going on in our industry, teaser and rumor free, please visit cigar-coop.com. Close that out. There we go. Now, what are we doing now? We doing Tail of the Tape? This is our final week. This is number 1, Tail of the Tape.
Yep.
This is it.
So how many weeks before you think we'll be ready to start our new season?
Mid-August. Mid-August.
4. Yeah, 4 weeks I'm going.
So start August 1st, you think?
I'm going to go 5.
Nah, we'll start it here. I'll tell you what. I'll make it happen. So we got July 4th weekend. We're not doing a broadcast next weekend, are we? Yeah, I don't think so. By the way,
now we're landing.
It's literally on July 4th. By the way, we haven't mentioned this all show. We haven't.
No, we haven't. Yes, I meant
to do it at least half a dozen times during the show.
It's in the title. That's why I titled the title.
We keep getting sidetracked, but to all our KMA fans out there, since Paul DeGracco left, we've been doing a floating rotation of guest hosts, keeping it fresh. But if you go to the KMA About Us page on the KMA website, you will notice that there is now a new official co-host to KMA Talk Radio, and it is none other than the surgeon, John McTavish.
Say what?
What? Welcome to the KMA family.
Official, yeah.
It was a good group of people. I feel honored to be in that group of people because I consider them all my peers, and I've obviously followed along and listened to everybody, and I feel quite honored to be picked as a new co-host. I'm excited.
John is the new permanent co-host of KMA Talk Radio. Go to the KMA website and check out his bio. It's up there now. We put it up this week, and it was almost serendipitous, John, because you were the last scheduled co-host I had. Because I usually do it like 3 months at a time, so I don't have to mess with it. I schedule everybody 3 months out. You were the last scheduled co-host I had, and there you go. So welcome to KMA Talk Radio. It is our honor and privilege to have you join our team, pal. Thank you very much.
A little international feel now. KMA, you remember everyone was all in the studio in Florida. Now, look at this. We got someone up in Alberta, Canada.
Yes, we have international presence now on KMA Talk Radio.
Yep.
The show is now 20% more maple flavored.
Yep.
It would be 25%.
Well done, man. Very glad to have you aboard, John.
Thank you. Well, I've
been wanting to do a regular podcast with John for a long time too, so it's good.
It's true.
Yep.
Yeah, I love being on. Every time Coop and I get to be on a show, it's great. So this, on a weekly basis, it'll be a lot of fun.
I might go on a limb and say this may be the best crew we've had to date, Paul.
Nice.
Oh, Paul. Paul was chatting away this morning again.
Oh, he could be a chatty Cathy in that group.
But he was chatting during the show, so he wasn't watching. I want to know if he was watching the show, actually.
Paul, no, man. His wife's got him doing 2 or 3 events already by now. They started.
I'm going to a wedding next week, which is rare. So, I'm the one going to the wedding next week.
Charlie just asked how big of a Disney fan am I? I'm actually a Disney fan.
Are you really?
Yeah, of the theme park.
Yeah, but he's not obsessed with
I'm not obsessed. No, it's not an obsession.
So we're not going to do Disney when we go to Japan, but we're going to do Disney Sea. I don't know nothing about it. Yeah, I don't know nothing about it, but it's supposed to be the biggest and best theme park in the world.
Well, that makes sense for Japan.
Yeah, so I'm going to check out Disney Sea for a day while we're in Japan. Check it out. All right.
So, Tail of Tape?
Tail of Tape. It's that time. It's the final episode. Oh, yeah. I was going to tell you the date. We're going to get it before August. I'm going to get it up before August. So
we have to decide what it's going to be.
Listen, half the time we spend 2 weeks trying to figure out what topic we want to do. We already got the topic.
So we're going to go. Are we going to go with Alex's topic?
I like it. Unless someone.
I like it too. I think we should go with it. Yeah.
So we'll go with that.
It's a spin on this one. It's a spin off this one. That's why I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's a good double entendre. I think that might be the right word. Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. Anyways, it's time to find out what the number one pick of season 13 of Tale of the Tape. Hit it. Oh, yeah, I have Carlos redo all these graphics now, too.
Yeah.
John, you might want to email us a couple different shots of you because we got to start incorporating
Absolutely.
you in Tale of the Tape video and stuff like that. I can't wait to see the leaderboard finally with all of us because I guarantee you the
I wonder if we're all going to have the same one this week. I know
I guarantee our top three is going to be similar across the board.
Yeah.
So who wants to start?
How about I
I'll
slip
start.
in my number 2 before we get kicked off?
Oh, yeah,
'cause
do
it-
that. Slip in your
yeah.
number 2.
There you go.
So this one probably shouldn't be a surprise to anyone who knows me. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there, but I got to go the personal computer from 1977. I mean, it changed the whole face of the world, in my opinion. So you had the trinity of the Apple II, the Commodore PET, and the Radio Shack TRS-80, and I actually used all three back in the day. You know, the idea of a pre-assembled computer for a homeowner. Originally, you just connected to TV. We didn't have monitors back in the day. But I mean, for me, technology-wise and invention-wise, it changed the face of the world. It was an easy pick at number 2 for me.
Well, why don't you just roll into your number 1?
Roger that. So again, keeping the theme of technology, which again should not be a surprise, because of my age bracket, the one from last week didn't quite make it. This one did, and it's the World Wide Web. And from 1989, Tim Berners-Lee came up with the proposal, and they worked with the Belgian systems engineer, Robert Kalau, and it was basically they had to work through the proposal, and then it was officially released in 1990. And you know, much like the personal computer changed the world, the World Wide Web definitely changed the world. That's my number 1 pick.
So I'll go next because mine's literally the reverse of John's, right? My pick last week was the World Wide Web. And my number 1 pick, because there'd be no World Wide Web without a personal computer. Almost all these technologies that we've chosen were developed off of the personal computer. And the first PCs, like the Altair 8800, and I didn't know this, check this out, didn't have a keyboard or screen.
That's right.
Programmed them using switches and had to read output via blinking lights.
Yep.
And the term personal computer wasn't about individuals. It was meant that a computer was small enough to be owned and not necessarily about being easy to use. And early PC hobbyist clubs like the Homebrew Computer Club directly led to companies like Apple, essentially startups born from these meetups of these guys together. So I think that whole development of the personal computer led to almost the majority of our picks in our top 10 for this season. That's why I made my number 1.
Go ahead, Cooper.
Mine also is the personal computer. For all the reasons you guys said. John talked about that trinity of the computers. I think the silicon chip then played a key role. And then it was really IBM that kind of took it over in the 80s. That became
100%.
like the thing. But yeah, for all the reasons you said, the personal computer, everyone has a personal computer today. Everyone has
Alex, Super Soaker 5000?
No, not the Super Soaker 5000, but definitely a curveball. My number 1 is on nobody's list, and my number 1 has not even come to full fruition. But my number 1 pick will solve the number 1 health crisis in this country, and that is GLP-1 medications. Human beings, as a statistic, are going to live longer because of GLP-1 medications. It is currently solving the number 1 health crisis, obesity, in our country, and it hasn't even come to full mainstream use.
Wow.
Yet.
Good one, Alex.
Good one.
It's a good one. But why did you limit it to GLP-1s?
I mean, you could go peptides as a whole, but GLP-1s is directly solving the obesity crisis. That's the number 1. The peptides as a whole, yeah, but GLP-1s are literally obesity will no longer be a crisis in this country in the decades to come.
Also,
I just think it's a shame they're not making it just accessible to everybody who's morbidly obese, right?
Well, it'll get there. I also think the problem, and maybe not the problem, but once they can really figure out how to make it not injectable and like really work
it's already there.
Oh, the first pharmaceutical can figure out how to make it work as a pill. Forget about it.
Really make it work the way it works.
Going through the roof.
It just got announced a couple weeks ago. There's a pill form of GLP-1. So
that's what we're really going to see.
Yeah, I agree. I think in 10 years that would be maybe on everyone's list.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and to we could do 20 minutes just on the impact to addictive behaviors because they found it's had a profound impact on addiction and addictive behaviors, which was unanticipated. But you could see GLP-1s could potentially be the most impactful thing for addiction treatment that has ever been released. And so, like, this is a
great call, Alex. Great call.
Really good one. That was a really good one. Yeah.
Great call. Absolutely. All right, let's see the leaderboard. Let's take a look at our overlaps here. This is our final board for season 13 of Tale of the Tape.
Love it.
Yeah, look.
Your list was the most surprising for me.
Who?
Yours.
Why?
I never would have thought I'd see cryptocurrency on it, right? I thought for sure smartphone was number one on yours because you more than anyone, I think, have really you run your whole business on a smartphone in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I know, but it couldn't have gotten there without the predecessors above it.
I agree, and I agree totally.
That's kind of how I based it, right? Yeah. If you wouldn't have gotten to this without the predecessor, then how can you say it's more important to it?
It's totally fair, yeah.
Literally. And listen, even though I'm not a fan of cryptocurrency, didn't understand it, probably still don't fully understand it, it's become a functional part of our society. I mean, everybody knows they're trying to get rid of cash completely, and that's probably going to be the way of the future.
Yeah.
I just think eventually you just got to get regulated. Once it gets really seriously regulated,
it's not correct, Brian. Just not correct.
No.
Anorexia.
That's just not a correct statement.
It's an impact.
Okay, so listen. Let me just help him out, right? I don't care what it is. It could be goddamn broccoli. You could take any item and use it to excess, and you're going to have adverse effects. And that's not how you characterize the importance of something, right? I mean, I don't care what it is. It could be alcohol. It could be broccoli. It could be whatever. If you do anything to an immense excess, it's going to have adverse effects. So I don't think you could use that as a barometer. The reality of it is that it's doing a lot of good. So you can't categorize the whole thing because some people have gotten overboard with something. Look, even stuff like plastic surgery. I think plastic surgery is not a bad thing. I think done right, it's good for people. It's good for people who've been hurt, damaged, burned, even stuff like that. But then people go to excess and they start looking like zombies and they start looking like, human dolls. It's just the way it is. All right, Alex, do you have a final would you rather?
I do have a would you rather.
All right, let's hit our final end of our show the way we normally do every week. Let's find out from the fine folks over at Drew Estate, would you rather? All right. Is it a Pedro? Is it a Pedro one?
It's a Pedro one.
I love these. Let's go.
Here we go. Would you rather get lost in Barcelona or Tokyo without a guide?
Ooh.
Without a guide?
Without a guide.
I wonder why you picked Barcelona.
He was saying without a guide. You meant like without a guide, right?
Yes. Without a guide. You're on your own.
That's easy Tokyo for me.
Tokyo.
Why?
Oh, interesting.
I mean, guide is irrelevant. I just feel like if I want to get lost, Tokyo has more of a urban feel to me.
From my research, I would not want to get lost in Tokyo. Tokyo, because from what I understand, their train stations are 7 floors high. The Japanese people get lost and confused in their own train station.
Yeah, but I don't care if I'm. The point is, I'm getting lost. I don't care. Just get lost in the city for the day. I'd rather. That's the question I'm asking. I
thought you meant if you got lost in a bad way, which city would you rather be in?
No, I think it's you're turned loose in the city with no training wheels, no help, no assistance.
Yeah, right, I just want to roam Tokyo. If I'm going to roam a city with no guide, is the way I took it. I'd rather roam.
No, Japan.
And really, just because Tokyo feels like more of an urban type of city.
No,
Barcelona.
Don McKnight said something really interesting in the comments, and he's not wrong. That people in Japan are far more helpful. And we could do half an hour segment on that, but the short answer to that is, it's a weird social agreement in Japan that if you're just a stranger, then you're treated like a mass of people. But the moment you make a personal connection, there's this social obligation in Japan that they have to help you. It's this odd sort of dichotomy of Japanese culture. So if you're at a train
Japanese
station,
World Cup fans are cleaning the stadiums after it's over.
Yeah.
Listen to me. I'm so into I'm going to have a seminar with my family before we go, because I'm into all the little quirks that they have too. If somebody hands you something, you should always accept it with 2 hands, not one. You're not supposed to hand them currency everywhere they go. They got little plates. You're supposed to put the currency in the plate. You never wave to somebody like this, because that's how they talk to their dogs. You got to kind of do one of these things. There's so many little cultural innuendos, man. We're going to have a family seminar before we go.
by the way, I'm gonna go not to be the outman here, but I'm actually gonna pick Barcelona.
Really? Well,
Japan,
please tell us why.
Well, so here's the thing. Japan, like you said, Japan is huge. Or Tokyo specifically. Tokyo, the city is you can't even wrap your head around it. And as exciting as that would be, I think that's too much in my head. It would be
stimulus.
Too much. Yeah. So Barcelona, as big as it is, I feel like I can get lost in Barcelona, and I can't get too lost in Tokyo. As you said, just the train station alone, I mean, I could find myself 100 kilometers, 200 miles away from Tokyo and not know that I've done that because I screwed up on a train or I'm in a place in Tokyo I shouldn't be. The city is just stupendously massive, beyond imagining.
I think it comes down to what your preference is. If you want high impact, exciting, a lot of stimulus going on, adventure Tokyo is a place. If you want siestas, nighttime tapas, more settings,
lower energy, less. Yeah,
that's the word I was looking for. All right. Well, John, technically it wasn't your inaugural show, but it kind of pretty much is. So it was great having you on. We'll definitely see you again next week. Welcome to KMA family. Everyone out there, have a great weekend. Is next week July 4th? Yeah, it is.
Yes.
So we'll be back in 2 weeks with John as the official host of KMA Talk Radio. Until then, everybody, we hope you had fun. We hope we entertained you. We talked a lot about a lot of shit today. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Keep it lit.
Bye.